You're watching the Season 1 championship match of the People's League between the undefeated 7th Legion from the United States and Hell Let Loose Elite, or HLLE, from the UK. These two teams have previously faced off during the season, with HLLE taking a loss, and they're surely looking to get revenge today. I'm Tritium, and I'll be in the background handling the production side of the stream today. With me are Hercules, our play-by-play commentator, and Caparzo, our color commentator. Do y'all want to tell us a little bit about the teams?
Hey, yeah, we'll jump right into it. Hell Let Loose Elite was kind enough to give us a team roster. We see in their commander position today, we have Legacy Che. Cap's played with Legacy Che or against him once or twice. He's going to tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, Legacy's a great commander. He's always on top of his supply drops and making sure his guys get all the reinforcements that they need.
Awesome. Further into that composition, we see the Hell Legion platoon, basically. It's the defense squads. You're going to have 5 squads there. In the squad number 2, we have our first HLLE streamer, Goldup. In artillery, we've got the Hellfire Club. It's consisted of 3 team members. We've got the attack squad, the Hellraisers. There's 3 squads there. Looking forward to seeing what they can do. The Hellhounds, those are going to be the armor squads. In the first armor squad, we've got our streamer, Roger Roach. He's going to be manning that tank. And then we've got 2 recons right after that. On the 7th side, we've got our point of view from SixEyeSassquatch on the infantry side and General Marsh on the tank side. Now, we have seen the map that we have today is going to be Purple Heart Lane. And if we switch over to Strat Sketch real quick, we'll see that we have the strong points identified. Cap, tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, I think anyone who loaded into this match and sees flag position as the midpoint, especially on, when Purple Heart Lane comes up, flag position is a point that is going to be especially difficult to control. So I think both teams, especially the tankers, want to make sure that they get there really quick and are putting in all the work that they can to stop that initial infantry push.
All right, perfect. Great to hear. Let's go ahead and switch over to our view of General Marsh. We're going to see him in that tank, and they are right out of the gate, just as quick as they can be, already headed down that road, trying to make as much progress in that warm-up as possible. Boy, this is going to be
it looks like they take the Panzer IV out.
Trying to calm the nerves.
And just for fun, let's switch over to Goldup's view real quick. We all like playing, but I feel like what he's doing right here is going to be actually a bit advantageous. He looks like he's riding on top of the transport truck with his rocket out.
Yeah, anything to make it a little bit more interesting while you're warming up here. And I guess he's got his eye out for the enemy transport truck. If you're able to take that one out, that's a huge blow to this initial push. So definitely be interested to see how this goes.
They're just rockets now in Legacy, and he was in F3.
Alright, just a little bit of quiet here while we're waiting for the teams to reach that midpoint. That is when the action is going to start.
Yeah, this was definitely about artillery coming down to it though.
Does look like we get some push here by Sasquatch on the 7th side here into the point.
And it looks like the 7th have lost that center cap, and HLLE has started that center cap.
That truck's here, okay?
Yeah, got a rocket.
Oh boy. It's always important to get in there first, and Goldup is certainly making sure to get in there. It looks like he's got his AT rocket out, looking to take out that initial truck. Might have gotten a hit there, actually.
Oh, but he didn't last for long.
He
I'm
did.
not sure if that was a tank round that got him, or a grenade.
He definitely got a hit on the truck, though. It looks like he took one out. Huge push for the Hell Let Loose Elite onto the flag position, though. Immediately making their presence known. Where is looks like Roger Roach might be coming to help him out too, but Goldup might have even gotten himself back into the battle, right back onto the point with that OP spawn.
Yeah. And if we switch over to General Marsh's view, we see that he is currently engaged in nail-biting armor fight. He just took a hit and has reversed back behind cover. Looks like he's got some squad mates hopping out to repair, and he's gonna try to spot that tank.
He's trying.
Brilliant move, reversing behind that cover. You can see that they just tried to
Amazing
take another
shot.
tank shell. Didn't
He
quite
must have gone on
reach
the
them,
slow
but
right
something
side,
just did.
like right on the corner.
I'll try, I lost it.
Definitely smart move
Yeah.
to
Which
jump
one?
out of the tank there and try to get eyes on with the binoculars, but you know, just too pinned down at that point.
I shot him once, so he should be
now
one
let's switch
shot
over
off.
to
Take it out on my thing.
Roger Roach. Looks like he is on the move with his tank. Let's see what kind of trouble we get into.
They don't do a shit.
We'll be fine. Oh, that's hard right. It's on our right. We're dead.
What is it?
It's a Puma. It's got to be, man. I didn't see it. Just run, man. Just
Try to take as much advantage of that ability. Oh,
be on our right.
takes a big hit though.
That's right, that right,
Hey,
that
is
right.
this on the right?
Doesn't look like they know immediately where from.
Swing relics.
And it looks like they just keep on going too, trying to get away from that danger as quick as possible.
Just keep him busy. Keep him busy. As long as they're not getting our guys, we're fine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, you swing left, bro. He just said swing. There's two options.
okay, man.
And they happen to lose it, but they were searching pretty hard.
He's fine. I don't care.
With that, they're going to be back in that killed and action screen for a few seconds. Let's go ahead and switch over to SixEyeSassquatch. It looks like he may be getting ready to make a move.
Maybe.
Yeah, I saw for a moment there, 7th looked like they were getting a little bit of pushback onto the point, but that looks to have been extinguished quite quickly by HLLE Elite, but definitely getting his OP reestablished here and trying to get his squad back into the fight.
Yeah, and we're catching glimpses of the maps across all 4 streamers. It's not quite enough information at one time to accurately pinpoint the movements of the team, but it does look like both teams have created quite a defensive screening around their own defensive positions. Either team is going to have a heck of a time trying to push through those lines and capture the next point.
Yeah, and from what I was able to briefly see from some of the Elite side of things, it looks like they're pretty thin on the middle of the map here on the causeway, which as anyone who's played Purple Heart Lane would know is very important to make sure that you're controlling that sector of the map and making sure that especially your tanks have that clean lane of attack and flanking route onto the point. So it'd be interesting to see if 7th might take advantage here, but it looks like they might even also have dedicated most of their forces to flak position rather than on those extended flanking maneuvers at this point in the game.
Alright, and if we switch over to Goldup's point of view, it does look like he engaged in a bit of a firefight there for a second. Not sure if they're getting pushed by the enemy, but if I recall, he is on the defensive. So we should be seeing some sort of action here.
Wow.
Yeah, correct, Herc. He was on defense, and I have been glancing up at his perspective here and there while we've been talking, and it does look like it is quite intense over there. Tons of already fallen, and 7th is relentless in their assault here. So everyone understands the importance of maintaining control. So see how it works out for them.
Well, and I'm sure they're fighting for their lives too. That middle point is going to be the point of the game. You control that middle point, you win. So if I were them, that would be the most important defensive point of the whole game. It does look like that he went down. I didn't quite catch which direction that shot is from.
Yeah,
but
it
7th
looked like
might
it was
be getting
from,
ready for like a...
Yeah, it looked like it was from the south. Sorry to interrupt there, Herc. if we can bring up the strat sketch here, I'll kind of illustrate what I was looking at there that might give us an idea of what's going on. So Goldup there was moving here south down this flooded ravine here, and it looked like he was meeting a lot of resistance up here by the 7th side of things. So I would expect they probably have a garrison here, as well as most likely here. I'll keep an eye out for the map when I can take a glance there. But I would say if you're the 7th, you're probably wanting to get up through this ravine here and meet them head on. It's one of your best ways to come in on a map where there's not a lot of ways to get into the point. So that'll definitely be interesting to see how that clash ends up being.
I was able to grab a glance of that map real quick, and from what I could tell, it doesn't look like either team really has forward garrisons or through line garrisons. It may be that they've established those garrisons and the other team's just pretty immediately taken them out, which is the case a lot of times in these high caliber clan matches. But hopefully we'll see either team get something established that will stay up and help their push across.
Yeah, I think if we're back with Goldup here, you're kind of seeing that what we were just talking about in that flooded ravine there, meeting 7th head on. Lots of smoke and as he goes down.
Yeah, they're pushing that on my ping.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and switch over to the 7th side of things. We see SixEyeSassquatch. Looks like they're making a pretty rough push on the Hell at Loose Elite right now. He's been able to gain some ground, and he just keeps going.
Already has been silenced.
Enemy garrison on the west.
I've got a garrison maybe on that ping on the map. Oh, OP for sure. 4 or 5 from there.
Alright, got a Gary place over here by the road.
Oh, and he just could not quite make it out.
Nice job.
To get another OP up, but his OP was established not very far back, so he doesn't have very far to go. I think he's going to continue to push that position.
Get fucked, bitch.
Hopefully, you know, like I said, hopefully either team is able to make some progress one way or the other.
76 is behind us, jeez?
Contesting, they're falling back.
Switching over to Roger Roach, we see him engaged a little bit. Looks like he is now on the move.
We're fine. Can you squeeze it, do you think? Be careful with your left.
Nice.
Good, I'm good. My guy charging straight across.
Take us to this building. They've got stuff firing down there, just get ready. Peek us on this building, then you can hang out looking towards that point. Keep going.
Keep going, bro. You got me stuck in one. Yep, hold there.
Get ready in reverse, man.
Yep, I'm already in.
No eyes, no eyes.
It seems they're desperately scanning for something. Maybe they have some information on location of an enemy armor, perchance.
I see him moving.
Hold it now.
No, that's hedge in the way still, bro.
These bloody hedges.
Maybe here? No.
Panthers, what I'm hearing from some of their communications in that tank.
There's an AT gun on ping, can you hit that? Nice.
Spot.
Let me just do that now.
And there it was. Boy, that was a beautiful shot.
Is that another AT gun there?
Yeah, really clean.
Give me ping.
Ping. 154.
I think if we move over to Goldup again on the defense here for Hell at Loose Elite, got some interesting enemy contact up in these flooded ravines here, and really interesting to see him work with this M1 Garand, kind of popping in and out opportunistically and maintaining all the cover that you can on a map with not much cover.
Yeah, and with a map that doesn't have much cover, MG plays a vital role. As you can see, the 7th is, they're utilizing that to their advantage for sure. That MG is just laying fire down. They can't seem to hold that line with it there.
I actually noticed just now that Goldup's nemesis is Sasquatch, and so it looks like both of our streamers here going at it against each other in this one little flooded trench here. So really interesting that we get to watch this.
Well, with that being said, we see where Goldup's pushing. Let's go ahead and switch over to Sasquatch and watch his side for a second.
Thunder crashed.
It's like he's being a little bit more patient than Goldup, who's running around like a bit of a psycho.
He's also trying to blind him. He's throwing some smokes.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Artillery's starting to hit aid station. RHQ.
Did you get that Gary with that bomber in?
Who's gonna come out on top here?
Bit of a firefight going on here.
OP's still hot.
No, and it looks like Sasquatch
Oh,
bit the dust.
Goldup.
I don't think it was
Let's
from
go back.
Goldup.
No, it was. I was looking at Goldup stream on the side, and it was him that took him out. So really great play.
Oh, very nice, very nice. But it looked like Goldup didn't stay up for very much longer. He is now on the redeploy screen as well. Let's check out General Marsh real quick. It looks like he's in a little bit of a calmer area. Let's just see if he's got anything interesting going on in the next 5 seconds.
It should be
Infantry, right, 305.
Last point.
Stuart and
What?
left HQ.
Oh fuck, back up.
Rockets near.
We just got rocketed from the back somehow. We got blueberries all around us.
They shot us from right. They just...
Well, it does look like they're pretty heavily engaged with at least 1 or 2 infantry.
You got rocketed. Shots front!
You just hit turret?
Back up, back up, back up, back up.
My mark.
Yeah, scrounging for any strong point where you can kind of set up and give your infantry some help, but
No visual,
really,
just
really
shooting
well
blindly.
played by a lot of the ATs on both sides here, giving the tanks a real hard time.
Yeah, well, and good play by the driver of General Marsh's tank as well. It looked like he started backing up just in time.
That was 2 shots at once. They have AT gun and a tank somewhere.
They're shooting a grand at us, trying to get us distracted. I'm not getting out.
Looks like it's an AT gun and a tank.
What is on
Also
that mark?
spotted a repair station that HLLE's got set up over there, which I imagine is also a priority target for this tank here.
Enemy infantry on Charlie Mark.
Yeah, you don't take out
We
the
can't
repair
zoom
station,
in,
you don't
I
take
don't
out
see
the
it.
tank.
Try truck them down mid road.
Yeah, they're having a bit of problems of their own right now in the repair department, though. So I'm sure that takes priority right now as they
Where's your repair
try to stay
personnel?
alive.
Well, it looks like they've got some infantry moving up, but I think they have disengaged from the enemy armor for the moment.
Sniper is on the route to the artillery. Watch out to the west.
Nice.
1-1 on aid station.
Very nice, but very
No repairs?
risky play with General Marsh hopping out of that tank and engaging the infantry head to head.
Yeah.
That would have been very difficult for him to get back to his tank, so very risky and very, very well played.
Pays off for him. I've seen quite a few examples, even in this short time in this game, of tank commanders and tankers jumping out of their tank to assist their people who are trapped in there with not as much mobility. So for each time that it works out, it's definitely a risky play, but definitely works out for them there.
Well, what is it? Lead by example. These gentlemen are doing a great job of that.
You got the recon outpost?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't see.
but it looks like that is the end of their run.
Eye marker, 76 on eye
Tank
marker.
his gun.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look in on Roger Roach, see what he's getting up to. Seeing a lot of people going off. I'm not sure exactly what he's seeing, but it could be enemy armor
It's gonna be chocolate.
or a
boxes.
squad of
Get out, what the
AT
hell
pushing
is it?
up.
Need us him to push back a little bit.
No, go, 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 go.
And it seems to me that they're just on the move to a new location.
Yeah, getting that road control that we mentioned earlier, it looks like both teams are kind of putting more of an effort into that at this point. Now that initial wave of infantry and explosions with artillery is over, controlling the wider map becomes more of an important part of the game, and I think you're seeing both teams starting to get into that phase of the match, and HLLE obviously trying to consolidate their gains and build the defensive garrison network, while the 7th is looking to build more flanking routes and more routes of attack, making Hell Let Loose Elite's job even more difficult on the defensive.
Where's that panther that came out of mid?
Well, as they move into their new location, let's check back in with the infantry and see if Sasquatch has made any progress on approaching that defensive position.
Looks like he might have repositioned as well. Maybe he's lost his OP, but he looks like he's getting back into the active zone here. So we'll definitely see what he gets up to.
Yeah, he's got himself positioned a little bit more west than northwest of aid station. He could be going for a wide flank on flak position. Taking a look at strat sketch, in my opinion, on flak position, there are 2 points of weakness. There's the southeast approach, and then there is the northwest approach. So I think Six-Eyed Sasquatch has been attempting that southeast approach and is changing his strategy here. I think we're going to see quite a bit more push coming in from the 7th, from the west and the northwest, and maybe still maintain a little bit of that southeast push to keep some attention over there. But I think we're going to see some flanks happening in the near future.
Yeah, I actually see Sasquatch. It looks like he's trying to get up into here and get, most likely, I would imagine, to this house here. Maybe try to get an OP for his squad, and then build pushes in through these trenches and into the point. But flag position is a super wide open position spot of the map, so artillery kind of reigns and tanks reign supreme even more. So without getting their tanks up there and without getting artillery superiority and smokes out there, definitely going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, and map control on this particular map is super important. So I think it's important, as you were saying, he probably is going to get that OP built just to the west of flak position, and then he's going to start trying to move forward and bite and hold with each movement that he makes. It's really one of the only ways to make an advance on flak position.
Sure, he's making some good progress now, though, so it's interesting to see if maybe he runs into Goldup again, or another HLLE squad who is, as we saw, heavy, quite heavy on the defense, how that goes for them.
Well, and speaking of Goldup, let's check back in with him. It looks like they have built an AT cannon, and they were just raining some hell down. Unfortunately, that view didn't last long. He did
Commentator's curse.
Oh man, maybe I should just keep my mouth shut. But I'm sure we're going to see him go right back there and just start raining those shells down again.
Was it Metallic? It was really, yeah, it was. It was.
While we're waiting on him to deploy, let's check in on Six-Eyed Sasquatch. Looks like he's making quite a good little approach on flak position. They're starting to.
Yeah, that might even be the house we were just talking about a moment there ago.
Just maybe. I was trying to get a glimpse at his map to see just how far off he was. Looks like he's just a little bit west of the house that we were talking about.
AT gun is on E, light
but
vehicle.
That is the direction that he is coming in. They're going to try to push it on that western side.
Somewhere out there.
Are you on the move?
Rocket?
Killed a vehicle.
Is that another set of nodes up there, is it?
That's on that. Garrison.
One check.
Garrison's off that road.
Okay, my garrison, my move marker, the other 2 sets of nodes.
Where's that tank at? Oh, we're getting shot above.
There's a 76 behind flak. Yeah. Oh,
And switching back up to Goldup's perspective, we see by his compass, he was currently facing west. It looks like they're trying to stop that western push. They've recognized that that is happening, and they are trying to end it.
Yeah, looks like he might have intel on an OP over there trying to snipe it with the rocket.
Kudos to him if he can do it. I can't hit something 20 meters away.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Herc. I think everyone remembers the times that you hit it, and you quickly forget the times that you don't. So.
Well, back over to Sasquatch. Let's see just how good of luck he's having on his push.
Go, Segovia, go.
It's okay, it's okay.
I wonder if that
And it
supply
doesn't
truck is
seem like-
intentionally wrecked
My
in
OP's
there.
clear. I got him right on the point. Let's go.
Distracted right now, I feel like.
I don't know.
Full
It
squad.
doesn't seem like he had very much luck on that, so
From backlines.
I guess he'll try again.
OP's
Hey,
hot
Rocket,
behind
am I
us.
OP?
Hey, Jig, tell Jig intake. Oh, OP's hot. They're pushing.
All right, let's switch over to Marsh real quick. It looks like he is being chased by some AT and is under heavy fire right now.
We lost the garrison west of Cabbage Patch, next to our tank.
Yep.
Oh, that Panther's seen better days right now.
Killed.
Fuck.
Accurate area mark on G.
No one's watching the back
Landon,
tanks.
are you still missing a driver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Infantry up front, 340.
South of you, Fiji, in the building.
Not much happening in front of the tank, but we did see some infantry moving up on the rear.
The closest
I
guys
think
on
they
the
were able
cabbage
to
patch.
eliminate that, and they are back on the move.
Yeah.
Looks like Marsh is a one-man band in that tank, by the way, right now. He might have lost a couple crewmen on those bailouts there with all that infantry around.
Yep. Yeah. Not our job, not our job. We have to go back to the tank.
Hey, they're moving in from the west on.
Oh shit, not good.
Roger.
Yeah, we went down.
They got
And as we've seen multiple times, the one-man band doesn't last for long. Unfortunately,
Righto.
you're being overwhelmed by infantry. There's just no way that one person in a tank can manage all of that conflict. And
Yeah,
switching
no
back
way.
up, switching back up to
Go ahead.
Goldup and then continue with what you were saying, Cap.
Yeah. HQ and the garrison.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's a one man in a tank is definitely not ideal. Obviously, losing them in the way that they did was the best idea in the moment to kind of keep your tank up, but not one that's going to be long for the world. And I think we saw that play out there, but just shows how relentless this defense is to deal with from Hell Let Loose Elite, and those additional numbers that we saw on their roster on the defense definitely looking to pay off here.
Well, and I think we're seeing also how much of a slugfest this match just is. It's absolutely a slugfest. Every time we switch to a different point of view, they're back in the KIA screen. We can't seem to keep up quick enough. Both sides of this match are being absolutely relentless with their strategies and with their shots.
I am seeing a bit of capture pressure coming here and there on flak position though, so definitely something to keep in mind here. That looks like the 7th might be mounting a little bit of a attack here to the east of the point, judging by the hot garrisons that we're seeing from Goldup's perspective.
Getting nades out into the south.
Yeah, south.
They're genuinely like 56 meters south.
Hedgerow south, edge of the map.
Yep. They've got smoke out here. They're pushing.
I'm trying to slow them carry.
Yep. Got that guy. They might have an OP on ping, not 100%.
I'm in a bush.
South 190, south 190.
Someone's on the
On ping as well, moving.
our friends.
A lot of open field to cover by Goldup, and he's doing a great job at making progress here.
Just literally.
Yeah, find the cover and use it. That is what he has done.
It's a bummer, man.
seen a bombing run come in, and some capture pressure might be initiated.
And it looks like there was just a small little firefight there between Goldup and someone else, and it doesn't look like Goldup came out on top. Kind of surprised him in those reads right there. And so we switch down to Sasquatch. Never mind, I was going to say we were seeing some action there, but as soon as I said that, he is in the KIA screen. Instead, let's check out Marsh. He is seeing some more AT contact real quick. He's just hopped out of his tank.
That's what I'm saying. They're camping the spawn, so we have no one to take them out.
Whoever has green bomb in the squad, I don't know that Garrison in front of us hot.
No, sorry, I didn't know you got out. Sorry.
4 of them now. It's a full squad.
I was just trying to run to HQ to prepare so we don't have to get out.
There's guys on November infantry mark as well. Take that for the weekend.
There's a 76 on B mark. 76 coming up far right.
I got HE loaded right now. Want me to switch?
That's two. There's 2 76s. What?
We got one of the recon OPs. There's mine.
They just carried.
Marsh might be going back to HQ for repairs here, reinforcing his team on the way, but looks like if we rejoin Sasquatch, he's back on the attack. Capture pressure is initiated, and he is taking some defenders out on his way into the point. Really, really well done. Probably spies an outpost here, judging by concentrations.
I think the Garrison's back there.
And we had just heard Marsh make a call out for enemy 76, so let's hope that Sasquatch doesn't meet that on the way.
You dropping a bombing run on it?
Yeah, with the tank going back for repairs, if that is the case, it's going to be tough if the 76 isn't entrenched on the point at this point.
Cabbage patch locked.
Seeing a solid push here.
It just touched 30 seconds.
I'm on it, so I was
About half cap pressure going back and forth. Oh.
Damn.
I need someone to spawn on
He had
my
made it
spot,
in
so I
pretty
can
good
get
ways.
supplies.
Very good use of the tools that he had.
Yo, we gotta take out that spawn on the right side, guys.
Job.
That was a Garrison he jumped up on there. I don't know if you caught it on the other perspectives that we got at the same time. That looks like it's going to be a spawn for Hell Let Loose Elite on the west side of flag position, which is definitely going to be a #1 priority for them to take out here.
I do see that. I
Yo,
think it was right at that house that we were talking about before, where we thought Sasquatch was going to try to gain that foothold and set his OP. It looks like Hell Let Loose has put their garrison up there.
Really
That's going to be a very good positioning for that defensive screen.
I got it. Okay. We're getting a whole squad here.
Okay, I didn't know.
OP's gone.
Let me drop the supplies on their 4 points. In the buildings.
One of the 76 dead.
One more.
Keep smoking and I'll drop this close to the bottom.
Trying to glimpse as much of the map as I can. Let's take a look at that strat sketch again, and we'll point out a couple of things I'm seeing here.
Alright, 2 smokes that way.
It looks to me like the 7th have started gaining that a little bit of an approach from northwest. I think they're trying to make some progress along that western side, and they were doing a heck of a job there for a second. Putting some cap pressure on. I do see a little bit of pressure from Hell Let Loose on aid station coming from the southwest, but honestly, I'm not seeing very much pressure happening from Hell Let Loose Elite. I think they're pretty focused on holding down that middle point right now. The 7th is definitely adding some pressure.
Yeah, it's going back and forth here, Hercules. It looks like for each one step forward that the 7 takes with cap pressure, they lose 2 notches of pressure a second later. So it's going back and forth here. I think Sasquatch is very aware of that garrison placement to the west of the point, and I would imagine that's his and his squad's primary objective at this point, to take that out. Not to say that the rest of the team isn't getting pressure on that eastern side of the point.
Support
it
that
does
tank.
look like they have
Tell that
some
tank to get the fuck in the
infantry
point.
into the strong point.
Well, and it looks like that Hell Let Loose Elite has established an additional garrison on the eastern side of the map, just to the east of flag position. So I think they've got a very good chance of maintaining a solid screening east and west.
Lots of guys on our infantry.
And again, I was talking earlier
Good
about
Artie,
a
good
slugfest.
Artie, keep it up.
We're
Walking
seeing
in
all
towards the
four of our
point,
point of view
10 degrees.
just almost
Keeps
constantly
bombing
in
the
the
fuck out of that
screen.
trench. There we go, baby.
We'll switch back up to Goldup here. He just spawned in.
Check maps. Crossing it.
Ah, this hit him through. I'm gonna smoke him. Jay just died trying to get this panther section.
It looks like he's trying to make an advance on that enemy armor right there.
Got one rocket into the back of the panther.
And he got one shot in.
Really well done by Goldup there, honestly, just to get one shot in, take one infantry out that was defending the point.
Where's the Panther?
Yeah, super quick on that aim.
That building Raz was on. They've got infantry all over it though.
As we can see from the map right there, we've still got some pressure from the 7th on that center point. I'm sure that enemy armor for Hell Let Loose Elite is not doing them any favors.
Yeah, OP is hot for Goldup. I'm sure that's his number one priority. Dealing with this tank on top of it.
Yeah, it looks like that tank's got him in the sights.
Been absolutely ruined. Yeah, it's just German.
Yeah, that Panther's causing a huge amount of problems for Hell Let Loose Elite here.
Shithouse.
Yep. Oh, we're gonna lose this.
Maybe we join Sasquatch here again as he's throwing some smokes, looking to push up with his squad, getting some nice pressure here.
Yep.
Getting some nice pressure. We're still seeing that that cap weight shift back and forth very quickly. It's not staying on capturing or losing for very long at all.
They're hard east.
Yeah, with each death and each kill by Goldup and Sasquatch respectively, it seems to be moving the cap pressure 2 and 4, Hell Let Loose Elite and 7th. But number one thing is this tank right here for the 7th is absolutely causing mayhem on the point for Hell Let Loose Elite. That is quite difficult to deal with, and I'm sure without any tank support, not much you can do against a Panther that's well placed.
Oh, it's glitching out and hitting that.
And it is certainly well placed, just raining hell.
This tank's been alive for too long, man. It's just fucking impossible to get to it. They're flanking round to our west. Just gotta be careful.
It is very unfortunate that that tank is not one of our point of views. We would definitely be watching it right now.
I've lost my AP.
Admin cam, please, on console.
Let's go. Boy, we see Goldup here just doing some work, trying to hold them out as long as he can. And it looks like they are defending the center point at the moment.
Yeah, they're all over the house. Have we got supplies? Just trying to get this fucking panther. No supplies. How are they not hitting them?
Oh man, he was putting in some work. I really thought he was going to be able to get another shot on that tank. Really going after it.
Yeah.
Let's take
Maybe
a
we
switch
take a
over
look at
to,
Sasquatch.
yeah, let's take a switch over to Sasquatch real quick and watch the attacker's point of view.
Yeah, he just set up an OP in that house just to the west of the point we were talking about a bit earlier there. I imagine they took out their garrison, and now he is looking to push into that trench line from the west. See how this works out.
Okay, I'm gonna put supplies down.
Looks like he's got quite a bit of support from his infantry.
If we can get artillery down, that would be great.
Bro, you didn't see.
We're getting shot from a 76.
Can't get artillery down, there's too much.
We're dead on there.
And it looks like I can see there 3 chevrons to 1 chevron on that center point for Capway. If 7th can hold this position here, it looks like the center point may be theirs.
They're launching west.
Then we'll be seeing Hell Let Loose attack.
I'm watching.
Wow.
Hell Let Loose Elite.
Oh, we're seeing a tank in the distance. That might have actually been an AT gun that Sasquatch spotted there. Immediately looking to get all the intel he can forward for his tanks as they roll up into the point. As you know, that's going to be the most important thing.
Dude, what the fuck is Jim doing? Why is artillery fucking us up
did
this
all the
bad?
work for them in the first place. Not to take any credit
We
away
can't
from
even fire
anyone.
artillery.
Hey, we need their artillery taken out as soon as possible, Chin.
Hey,
Chin
there's literally...
And it sounds like they're having a very frustrating time. Listen to those comms. They just are not very happy right now.
Get me set up on Causeway.
No!
Yeah.
Get me set up on Causeway. I'll fucking just rocket snipe the shit out of that.
Hey,
But it does.
where they're coming from.
Gotta get myself killed.
They might have just lost their garrison.
Sasquatch
Does
loses
look like
his
they.
OP.
Yep. They were going to take that point.
Now let's fucking
Good
hold
job
it.
for 7th for taking that point.
PG, get your output.
Now let's see how Hell Let Loose Elite is going to counterattack.
Yeah, working on it. The garrison's up.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see Goldup go back to Dove Bridge here, or try to reinforce his guys on flag position. Obviously, you're in the defensive slot, so you know that obviously takes priority. You have to play your role. But in those moments where the objective changes hands, sometimes you'll see that go out of the window when opportunities are made. But it does look like he spawns back at Dove Bridge.
Hey, did Zyklon replace? Can we move up?
Make sure that
Can we move
7
up?
doesn't have anything advanced out there already.
Hold up.
To kind of
Push them out to my move.
throats.
Yeah. Let's watch him for a minute. See what kind of
We need to get control of the front side.
The 7th is going to follow that center
Copy.
I'm sure
told
the
him, I told him.
7th isn't going to let that momentum just stall. I imagine they're immediately going to be putting pressure on Dove Bridge. So let's see how that plays
on
out.
Causeway. I'll rocket snipe it.
That's probably a tiger there on that flare, I'm guessing.
You can kind of see Goldup there, kind of scanning every which way he can, as quickly as he can, trying to find which way they're going to come from. But I don't think he's seeing very much contact yet.
Yeah, I imagine 7th wants to consolidate their gains mostly at flag position. You know, as you mentioned, it's you know, if you don't got that, you're not going to win the game. So definitely will take priority for them in the moment. So maybe we check back in with. Yeah.
Let's take a quick switch over to General Marsh. It looks like his tank is currently being chased by a supply truck. I'm interested to see how he's going to handle that. I'm sure that supply truck is using it as a means of identification.
It was coming
on the location of the tank.
Hey, behind tank to your left, who is that? Dang, to your left.
Thing that I did was
you have a whole
not
squad
right.
pushing you.
I'm not gonna be able to get that.
Flat.
Push. Hard ass right. Hard ass right.
Thank you're
He's
in
hitting
you're in red.
the pull.
You can do it.
Or the.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, it is.
It almost seems like that supply truck is trying to pick him in.
The fucking commander, dude.
This direction, on my thing.
A new meta has emerged, Herc. I don't know how I feel about it.
He's still there.
I had never thought to use a supply truck quite like that before, but they're doing it effectively.
I got HE loaded in right now. Really, nothing like this part.
Take your place on defense.
Yeah, I pinged you.
It's okay.
Some real chaos going.
They want to sit back there on Artie. It's fine. We'll just take
I'm singing again.
Hey, Marsh, there's a garrison in front
It kind of looks like General Marsh may be out of the danger zone at the moment. Let's take a look back in on Goldup and see how he's doing.
I can hear another button, man. I actually go sweet. Taking out. Oh, fuck. Oh, we get the rocket off to my left, where the ammo box is. He's down. Yeah, to the left, there's one guy. He might be crossing the road now behind you. Check out.
He's crossed.
He's behind you, Raz.
He's down.
Nice.
Looks like both teams kind of setting up AT guns in the middle of the road there, building their presence in on that main MSR.
Well, it's kind of going to be the name of the game. That bridge is one of the, three, I think, crossable points for enemy armor. So it's going to be super important to keep some sort of AT tool down that road to prevent the 7th from pushing up.
Definite spawn.
Pushing down from our west.
Yeah, let. They need to deal with that.
They're pushing, full squad pushing Q south down the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's that. Oh no.
Nice. Oh, there's two of them up there. Oh, I can't get anything going at the moment. Just purple outline.
Good shooting.
Which is interesting, Herc, is that it looks like 7 doesn't really have many garrison set up yet around flag position. So I know that they got that one garrison down immediately once they took the point. Obviously, you want to leapfrog all your guys into the point and build as much defensive presence as you can. But interesting to see that they haven't really built out a network yet. And I'm sure a part of that is because HLLE Elite is doing an amazing job holding down those fields, making that a difficult job to do. But definitely, I imagine that's a priority for them at this point, or else you're definitely letting HLLE Elite have a little bit of a chance here to get back into the point and build their own presence.
E5.
Raz, what's that dropping northwest of us?
Northwest.
Echo 4.
I don't know, mate.
Airhead.
Airhead. It's an airhead.
It's an
Echo
airhead.
4.
Might be here. No, it's further back. Yeah, it's like on ping. It's at this building, I believe.
Hear an airhead call by HLLE Elite here, setting down a ping. Maybe 7th is looking to get some pressure in from the northwest here and kind of give their defenders a bit of a break.
Oh, we've lost someone else.
We need to go on attack.
Oh, there's no point in losing 3-2, is there?
Got infantry down on ping.
I'm seeing guys down here already.
Problem is this backup Gary here. It's on the wrong side of the line, so we can't get one here.
They've spawned. I want to go on attack.
Because if we get Bubba in this house, he can nail that one.
Just need to get to it.
Yeah.
We're slinging big one behind us.
There's a panther coming towards us, boys. Get ready for him. F5, keep up 2, heading west.
Yeah, I've just been killed.
He's coming to the bridge.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think 7th might have gotten a spawn off on that airhead that Goldup identified earlier. So be interesting to see what happens. And it does look like there is an airheads up now that I'm noticing on Sasquatch's ping or perspective. Although, as I say it, commentator's curse, it does go red and it is taken out. So that threat is neutralized for the time being, but definitely some squads did get spawns off there. So would be interested to see if you get some OP setups and we see a little bit of a push starting to materialize from the northwest of Dove Bridge here.
Yeah, and I think I lost connection there for a second, but we did see Sasquatch call out that airhead. And then pretty quickly after that, we saw Goldup turn to the northwest. I do think they got one squad, or one spawn wave off, but the HLLE were very quick to react on that airhead.
Yeah, there is cap pressure now that I'm looking at it here at Dove Bridge too. So maybe we, I believe Sasquatch is in the neighborhood here. So maybe we take a look at up and down as well. But maybe then we go to Goldup, who is doing a ferocious defense here.
Yeah.
I can cross this bridge. I'll try and get his up his arse. I'm going.
Buying a tank, looks like a 76 or a Panther. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we see him getting back to the bridge as quick as possible and taking just the first shot he sees and nailing it. Very good job on the defense here by HLLE, keeping out that pressure from 7.
I'm just going to need spice armor or another AT to get him. Panther's got one rocket in his ass. Panther's engine should be down. Panther's engine should be down. It's both rockets in his ass.
Really well played there by Goldup.
And he got 2 solid shots in on that Panther, so that Panther's going to be hurting right about now.
Yeah, I do see Goldup's OP is hot, or at least was flashing hot. So the enemy presence is still there if you're HLLE, and getting your point clear and certainly getting that tank down has to be what his squad is looking to do with the most priority.
Yeah, I think that tank is going to be critical for the 7th push on Dove Bridge. If HLLE can't take out that tank, I think it will be detrimental to their defense.
They're literally... I can't cross.
Yeah, this bridge is quite the choke point here for both teams. I mean, just facing off across this bridge from each other. Tank on one side, really unable to cross without that infantry support with them, and that's going to be a difficult proposition if you're the 7th. Goldup, going to try some parkour.
As said, the Dove River is not an easy river to cross. There are very few locations that you can get across effectively as infantry, and I think only 3 locations that you can get across in any sort of vehicle. So the Dove Bridge is definitely going to be that choke point that you were talking about. And it looks like he turned to the west, and we're seeing some push from the 7th from the west of Dove Bridge.
Imagine those OP spawns that materialized were a big part of that westerly push that we're seeing.
And if we switch over to Sasquatch just real quick, we can see that he is preparing to push the east side of Dove Bridge. So I think the 7th might be trying to get them caught in that overwhelming pincer movement. Maybe preceded by a bombing run to clear the point. Could be a very effective strategy, but let's watch and see what happens here.
Yeah, Sasquatch is also supported by General Marsh in the tank here, so might be able to see some interesting point of views as 7th initiates a cap on Dove Bridge right now.
76 on HP going down the main road.
Yeah, that immense cap pressure just was overwhelming to them. Looking at Marsh, we see him taking some pings, taking some shots at some infantry, trying to support Sasquatch as he moves forward. Very effective use of combined arms situations.
Switching. No depression, no
Prioritizing
depression.
a tank, which he takes out. Amazing work.
76 destroyed.
Your parents hate you.
Very clean shot.
Okay, we good.
Thanks, Dad.
And right back
More
to the
infantry.
Keep it on HE.
Thanks, Dad.
Sasquatch on an enemy garrison right now. If you want to quickly swap over here, takes it out. And that one is quite close. Takes out an enemy outpost as well. All enabled by this tank, taking so much of the attention away, I'm sure.
Decimating that eastern defensive screen for HLLE Elite.
Reserve garrison mark, able.
I think you saw HLLE Elite kind of get sucked up to the west on that initial push we were looking at from Goldup's perspective, and we're kind of unprepared for this east push with the Panther and Sasquatch
What?
here.
Oh, I'm fired up. I'm sweating like crazy, dude.
Yeah, that airhead may have been used as a bit of a red herring, you know?
Who did?
Hey, look over here, and then absolutely just push with everything you have from the different
She's not wrong.
direction. It
I mean,
looks
we
like
use, remember the spreadsheet thing?
Awesome.
Good guy. I got him. He's the commander. I got him.
There's supplies falling like on your head too.
And that's 2-1.
I think we see him
We take our time. We take our time.
Fuck yeah,
Get set up.
maybe falling back to the next defensive point. As
Looks like it.
Evan did take Doof Bridge.
Okay.
Wow. What a
So
play
now-
there that we saw
Unless they've
unfold.
hidden it behind our nodes. I'm not
Very
seeing
beautiful. So now the points in contention are Forward Battery and Doof Bridge. If we take a quick look over at the strat sketch, we'll make a couple of predictions, but don't hold them to us.
Yeah, so when we look at the map here at of Dove Bridge and Forward Battery, again, it's kind of staggered from the previous point. We have to take a look here, and it looks like Hell Let Loose Elite has a garrison set up somewhere around here, which is their main point defense garrison, and I'm not sure they have too much else set up at this point. You hope that you don't rely on getting to this point of the map where you're on the last point, but it does appear they have another one set up here, and perhaps another one over here, I believe. Again, that road becomes a very important part of the game, and in maintaining your cap pressure on Dove Bridge and trying to flip this map around. But, you know, definitely going to be an uphill battle with Seven's relentless attack here.
Fuck it, I'm off on the top.
Yeah, and with the flak position being the center point, I would say that kind of almost leaves a bit of room to come in from that southeast side into Forward Battery, while if they've taken Doof Bridge, they can move their armor up that main road and then start hammering the west side. So they could be in a position to, you know, put on some relentless pressure. It's going to be super important that Hell Let Loose Elite pushes out a defensive line around at least 3 sides of that point. If I recall, we should be pretty close to the cooldown timer for for 7th's airhead, and if it were me, I would probably put it up in that northeast side, and that would leave them open for, you know, a 3-prong attack right there.
Yeah. Definitely tough to deal with any sort of multiple approach attack on a map like Purple Heart Lane. Defending is easier in general, but when you're having to spread out in so many different directions, even with those extra defenders that Hell Let Loose Elite has, it's going to be more difficult to deal with an approach like that, especially with the armor that has been so pivotal in Seven's successes here so far in taking these points.
We just
and speaking of armor,
unless they're moving it to get anyone up.
Let's go ahead and check out what General Marsh is doing. I'm trying to get eyes on his map long enough to figure out his exact location.
Let him sit here.
But he's on the move. And I do believe he
Even though infantry's right here?
Bombers
No infantry, man.
on Forward Battery
Roger.
against
Pushing.
Hell Let Loose Elite.
Okay, looking.
Can I get a heavy tank on the right, please?
No shots.
Okay.
Alright, they've got Roman patrols on the artillery, so watch out.
Dane should be able to see it if that's where you're.
I think he's behind his house. I'm seeing some shots there.
Forward battery, I don't see a whole lot
Heads
there.
locked, they've got someone back there.
Yeah, there is a dead one there, but...
Right spawn, please.
Yes, sir. There you
Oh,
are.
at the house?
I just picked out a red zone guy.
Switching targets.
Good shit, PG.
Enemy outpost.
It seems to me they have eyes on something, but I'm
Something
not
that
quite
should
sure
have
what it is.
objective.
Item squad, I need a garrison in that trench to your left.
They have a friendly tank as well. 7th does a little bit closer to the point, to the west, as you pointed out earlier. Herc probably moved down that main road past Dead Man's Corner.
Any supply truck in mid spawn?
Yeah, and it looks to me like General Marsh did make that crossing just north of flak position across the river. So they are definitely going to be putting that southeast pressure on.
I don't see it. We're gonna have depression.
Yeah, I'm pull up. I'm pulling on.
Yeah, we did.
Ah, come on.
Is that a garrison they're calling out?
Infantry on Kilo, infantry.
Hey, Marsh.
I believe so.
That's funny,
This is
yeah.
that there's a big spawn.
Switching to HE. We're gonna fire some shots off.
Medium.
That was a 76, I guess. Oof, a lot of kills.
I did see 7th lose their other tank that was to the west of the point there, but if I picked it up right in their command chat, it looks like they were out of HE and coax, so they were just trying to put pressure in there and kind of sow some chaos while their infantry pushed in, but looks like they did their job, and they'll be back, I'm sure.
Back online.
I think we just.
Well, that's not very often that the tank runs out of ammo, huh?
No, they were definitely putting in
24,
work.
AP, 30 HE.
Alright, and switching up to Roger Roach for a second. He was previously on armor detail, but now it looks like he is running infantry. And they're getting some action, and I think he was pretty close to the HQ, so they might be putting some northern pressure on right now.
Might be hard to get the tank out if their HQs are in that much danger right now. So could have been the reason why we're seeing that swap to infantry, or just necessity. Getting another infantry squad out there with supplies and a bazooka or rocket is a big help. So doing whatever it takes to win the game.
Yeah, it looks like he spawned at that garrison that we had marked over in the center of that last cap. And he is trying to put some defense on that.
Where the all over us, man.
Again, just everywhere we turn, we are seeing the KIA screen. We cannot keep up. This is an absolute slugfest of a match, and it's been going for about an hour now. So I'm sure that these teams are starting to feel a little bit of that attrition that is attributed to the matches that just the sweat fest.
Definitely have been there a few times, Herc. It's when you get to the point of the match and the points are changing hands, and you have this little bit of pressure that's been put on you. If you're the defense of HLLE here, definitely plenty of time to turn things around. You've seen wider gaps get turned around with less time, so no reason to panic, but definitely need to start getting some pressure and some control of these map sectors.
It's just Operation don't get 5-0 at the moment, to be honest.
I'd rather get 5-0 than go out on my shield.
I know.
And just sit like this, so.
The 7th, bro.
Guys are good, man. I'll give them that.
And if we switch over to Goldup's point of view, if I'm not mistaken, that looks a lot like flak position to me. Yes,
does
he
appear
is
to be
all the way
flak.
back in flak position. Looks like he is eliminating the enemy garrisons there, so they might be trying to attempt a what I would call a leapfrog, where they take the next point and immediately have cap on the following point.
Definitely very difficult maneuver here. As I'm seeing, the 7th does have quite a bit of garrison set up to all around Dove Bridge, really, and Sasquatch might be noticing that garrison in the southeast go hot as the 7th flares. But let's see if Goldup is able to get in here.
We need our recon to come here and start picking these MGs up.
We'll be one closer.
It's full straight to the face.
Oh, it looks like we have lost Goldup again. Let's switch over to Sasquatch here. We see he is pushing onto the western side of the battery and is making some good progress.
There's AT on F
Yeah, he's been making tons of use of those smokes and grenades that you get with his kit. So he is leapfrogging from trench to trench and bush to bush here, and trying his best to get into the point. It's kind of like with the German weapons. It's in my mind very superior. You kind of have like, you know, the Chad G93 versus the Virgin M1 Garand, and maybe that is controversial with all the M1 Garand lovers out there. But personally, if I'm playing the game,
coming in on my OP as soon as possible.
I want the G93 all day if I'm on the attack, so I'm sure Sasquatch is right at home.
Well, and we did see the 7th begin to put some cap pressure on that last point there just for a split second, but they did start capturing. They lost that cap pretty quickly.
Alright, we're
I
calling out
think
Stewie
with
to the west,
Sasquatch
guys.
and his
West
squad
of
being
Bridge.
wiped out there, but they're probably going to try it.
Stewie's dead. Good shot.
Right over again.
Drop an HE on that mark.
Airhead.
Yeah, that western push that you mentioned again earlier is definitely something that HLLE Elite might be struggling with right now, especially that they're trying to get as much pressure onto Dove Bridge as they can, and you know, flip this map into their favor.
Yeah, and we also just saw.
Hey, I need a full squad on me. Full squad on me.
For the 7th is setting up in their blue zone just to the southeast of forward battery, so he could potentially establish a garrison at that location, and there would just be even more pressure on that last point. And if Hell Let Loose is indeed trying to flip the match, the last thing they need right now is more pressure on that last point. It's going to force them to come back and give up some of their weight on the next point.
Enemy airhead getting taken down now.
I actually see HLLE Elite dropped an airhead, but looks like it went immediately red. We'll see if the bombing run that comes in might be able to clear it. They're trying that combo there.
No heavy tanks coming in from the 7th on the west and southwest side of forward battery. 7th has started that cap again.
Get everyone forward.
Like
Everyone forward.
Overwhelming that point.
Everybody's full push right now.
Delta's the only.
The armor for the 7th here has truly been a huge
I need someone in my squad to
of
drop
all
some
of
bombs.
their
We need to maintain this
successful
push.
attacks. So
Yeah,
maybe we take a look at Marsh.
We hear
turn
the
the
call
guns off.
for everyone forward, so I think 7th is putting everything they have on this attack right now.
That's GG, boys.
Not yet, it's not.
That's GG, boys.
Yep, Marsh is one of those tanks providing that south and southwest.
Keep fighting, it's not over yet. They're gonna send everything.
And it looks like they are putting in some work.
Dirty rab, guys. Is that right? Okay, contested.
That's gotta feel good.
That's why, because he's not playing defense. He's supposed to be on defense.
We're seeing a cap weight of 3 chevrons to 2 chevrons on that last point. And Marsh just took out another enemy outpost. We're seeing some infantry move up on his west side. Enemy AT, and he's taking some shots.
First, we're coming for you.
Still 3-2 on the strong point. Getting really close here. 3-1.
Northeast. GG's, boys. Back to 3-2. They've got a solid push on this last point. And I think that is going to be a good game.
Wow. Amazing match.
That was an absolute sweat fest. I wasn't even playing in the match and I'm sweating. That was crazy.
Yeah, Herc, you said it. What an amazing match. Two amazing teams, and with HLLE taking flag position first, seventh, staying patient, staying with it, and being able to flip that point into their control, and then exert a ton of pressure to push HLLE back into their HQ. Amazingly played by both teams.
Yeah, it turned out that 7th they were able to overwhelm. We've seen it happen so many times. Great game to the 7th. Great game to the Hell Let Loose Elite. Good job to both teams for making it all the way to the championship round of Season 1 of the People's League. And great job to the 7th for remaining undefeated this entire season.
Yeah, congratulations to the 7th. And this was a great inaugural season of the People's League, and it's great to see what this community was able to put together on the console side of Hell Let Loose. So definitely looking forward to Season 2, and again, congratulations to the Season 1 champs, 7th Legion.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to the 7th. And we've all heard it. How is console doing this? We do it by sheer determination and just absolute stubbornness. But we are doing it again. For Season 2, we have 8 teams and 8 teams. We've split that up into 2 groups, 16 teams total. The finals will be combined 4 top teams from each group. And I am so excited to see how Season 2 goes and the strategies that are employed by these amazing teams that we have.
Yeah, more streams as well. I'm looking forward to being able to showcase a match. Every stage would be ideal for bringing the people more of Hell Let Loose competitive console matches, and I really think it's going to be even better in Season 2.
And speaking of, thank you for everyone who tuned in to watch this final test of concept for this streaming format that we're doing. We are definitely excited to do it more in Season 2. So hopefully we're going to start seeing some more console presence in the streaming game. But thank you all for tuning in. Tritium, thank you so much for taking care of the backstage stuff. I know I couldn't have done it, and we just wouldn't be possible without you.
Oh yeah, and thank you all for commentating, Hercules and Caparzo. You guys did a great job. Way to go, 7th, being the Season 1 champions. Good job to you all. Really, really tough fight. Really good match there, HLLE, on your part as well. Once again, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.